Hello guys, and welcome back to one of the biggest videos I have been excited to do for so long. We're down at American Golf in Leeds at their flagship store because it is that time for me to look at the new, I can't believe I'm saying it, the new Ping G430 10K. You will know that my driver is this. We call it the cheating stick on the channel. I got this last year and it was actually down here at American Golf. I came down, I was getting excited. I was hitting the Stealth 2, we were hitting the new Paradigm, and I literally hit everything. And right at the end, just right at the end, one of the lads came down and he was like, mate, you need to hit the ping. I was like, I am not hitting the ping. I'm not having a ping driver, mate. Are you mad? Anyway, I hit it about 6-7 times and it was just so straight, so forgiving that I actually straight away went, I need that driver. So I put it in the bag last year, and what a difference it made. If you've watched all the videos from last year, you'll know that I rant and rave about this thing. See me at the driving range there, that probably's landed on the fairway. It is, in my eyes, the best driver last year. Like, it was definitely the best driver. And I could talk about it all day. Like, I love it, love it. But there is a new cheating stick. This is the new Ping G430 10K. And we're going to get Harry in a sec to talk us through it. Different top, obviously it's split with a carbon. Do like that, to be fair. But is the new cheating stick going to beat that one? And is this going to go in the bag? I'm so excited. We're going to hit 4 or 5 with my driver, and then we're going to hit some of this, and we're going to look at it. What a day to be alive. Right, Hazza.
All right.
First time doing a video?
Yeah, it is.
Normally, who is it?
James.
James has bottled it. You know why? Because he's grown his hair. I know why, James. Getting hair conscious. Harry's just said as well, we can actually put my shaft in. I've got the Ventus TR 60X.
That's right, yeah.
In this, as you can see. But what's good is we can put that shaft in the new one as well. So the testing and the comparison is fair and square. But look, tell me, my excited little face, what is new about it? What's happening?
So it's the G430 10K Max, as you said. It's all about trying to get to that 10,000 MOI, making the drive as forgiving as possible, as easy to hit as possible. Basically, MOI, not to patronise people, but it's resistance to twisting. So you've probably seen some of the videos. I know TaylorMade did some really good marketing with it.
Good, that one.
Yeah.
I've seen that video. It was really good.
And it's basically, if you're hitting it off the toe, it's the resistance to that club face opening. If you're hitting it off the heel, that club face closing. So it's mainly heel to toe. But they've also worked on top to bottom ever so slightly. So again, it's just about getting you the best result on those miss hits. Obviously, looks wise, if you've seen any of the Ping drivers, they've got 3 LST Max SFT. This has more of the look of the LST to it, because it's got that carbon wrap. Basically, that's about weight saving. So it kind of overlaps the edges of the driver. So what that allows them to do on the bottom, they've got this fixed weight, which is different to the one you've got. You've obviously got that adjustable weight. They've got a heavier fixed weight, a 28 gram weight at the back now.
Jesus, that's heavy, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Compared to all the other weights, it's a lot heavier. So they can basically redistribute weight. That's what all this carbon stuff's about. So they can move weight further back. They can lower the center of gravity, the CG. And that basically allows this driver it launches a bit higher, a bit less spin, and that's what makes them so forgiving.
What do you reckon? So, just your professional opinion, do you think, what do you think is going to happen here? Because I've hit a few, I've had a little warm up. Obviously, I'm going to hit 5 fresh ones for the video. But because I don't really see how this can get any more forgiving. But I get it. Obviously, if they've designed it for that, maybe I will see that in a bit better dispersion. But will I see more spin? Will I see less distance? What?
My guess, from what I've seen with it and like the research I've done, my guess would be that distance-wise, you're going to be fairly similar. From what I've seen so far with your driver, you're in a good spot with that already. But this driver is such a big footprint. It's 460cc because that's all that it can be, but it is massive compared to a lot of the other drivers. But the G430 Max is already a very, very forgiving driver, as you've said. So the biggest difference I think you'll see, maybe distance probably very similar, but it's that kind of dispersion as we get down there, because if those miss hits are getting better, that's what we want to see. You know, the idea of this is that it's like you're pushing the outer bound stakes further away.
To be fair, even if I lost I hit my driver far enough. Do you know what I mean? I can hit it to, like on a course. In here I've got numbers, but on a course I know I can. The green's 275, 280. Like I'm going for it. I'm hitting it far. But even if you said you're going to lose 5 yards and get even straighter, I would be tempted. I'd do that, mate, because I've realised this year that just keeping the ball in play, and it is just so important. I just, even though I say this is amazing, but if I could get even more forgiving, that'd be a bit ridiculous. There's the old cheating stick in action.
Take that.
Thing is, though, I always say this when I come down here. For some reason on GC3, that looks like it's gone left. Just for, if it was like this number, it's only 12 yards offline, so that's in the fairway 1,000,000%. But it looks massive on these, doesn't it?
Yeah, you get critical because you've got that white line splitting it. You've got the trace, but 12 yards left. That's bang in the middle of the fairway. You wouldn't even think about it on the course.
See, that was a bit of a miss hit, and that's only 19 yards, right?
See, that it's launched a bit higher. That's why you've picked up a little bit of distance. You spin stayed in a good place. You've launched it a bit higher. You've picked up a little bit of carry.
That's a heel,
toe, yeah.
That was toe, yeah.
Let me just put one of these stickers on for you because you get all your club speed, your efficiency, all that good stuff.
I just faded a little bit, that one.
Nice drive though.
It's mad, I can literally hit a fade straight out just by literally just my shoulders. If I just set them naturally, my shoulders are quite open. It'll always hit that shape. If you see us doing that, it'll always just square up.
Sounded like a good strike.
This is what I mean about the cheating stick, man. If you haven't got one, get one, I'm telling you. It doesn't lie, it doesn't miss, man. It doesn't miss. I even hit one out of the friggin' toe. It was 19 yards, right? Fairway. It's mad, isn't it? I play with people and they're just like, man. And I'm like, try telling you. Obviously, it's people who are going to come over the top like an absolute hacker. You're not always going to hit the fairway. But if you've got a half decent swing and you are having to miss it to your driver, these things are mental. That's left. Jesus. Come round. Even that's 20 yards, right? And I've left it out there, do you know what I mean?
That's probably still hitting a fairway.
Oh, I mean, 20 yards, average fairways are like 40 yards.
40, 50 yards wide, so you're still landing on the fairway.
We'll hit one more, and I've got 6 good ones. And this is for me why I went with this driver. If I'd done that last year with a Stealth or a Paradigm, whatever, for me it just didn't even, they were gone.
It's like you were saying before, obviously we do a lot of driver fittings in here, and most people, they don't necessarily need to hit it further, they need to hit more fairways, and that's what that helps with.
That's out the bottom of the club.
Got away. Spins jumped up ever so slightly, as you'd expect from the bottom of the club.
Explain. That literally came out like down here. Like it was literally, not that's my driving range last night. That was like out of here. That's, I mean, even on a course, that's like...
Yeah, you haven't even dropped, like 280 is where we've seen some of those good hits, and you're at 274, so that's what we're talking about. And that's forgiveness for you. It's not going to correct that massive snap hook or massive slice. It's about that. If you don't quite catch it out the middle, how far are you dropping off? Are you still getting in the fairway?
Well, yeah, it's just
pretty much exactly the same.
Yeah, it's just proved my point. Like I say, out of all them drives, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I've hit one bad one, but everything else is pretty much forgiven. Right. This is it. You're witnessing this. This is it. First hit. What's it going to be like? I really want it just to go straight. It feels normal because I've got my shaft in it, but I do see it being a bit heavier. Oh, it's gone right.
Bit of difference there straight away. If you look at your club speed now compared to where you're at,
yeah, it's down about 6, 7
but it's that big footprint. It's got that heavy weight at the back. It's hard to move it as fast.
Yeah, you can feel it.
There you go. But that's the one that we like to see. You haven't moved, you've dropped off nearly 5, 6. You had 114 before, so you've dropped off nearly 10 miles an hour and you've hit it. That's your longest drive you've hit so far.
Yeah, 2-8. Yeah.
And that's the kind of thing you need to think about when when it comes to the driver. As we said, you're probably not going to pick up a ton of distance, but it's the fact that if you're hitting it across the face and still staying up there.
That was a bit toe heely, but
Same again. 283, 282.6.
that was out the that was the same as that other one I hit out of here.
But look how straight it's staying.
Yeah,
15 yards left. Middle of the fairway, still at 280 yards.
That wasn't the best strike either, to be honest with you.
How, was that slightly out?
That was at the bottom. Yeah, that was the bottom. And I've always said this, I really do struggle to hit driver in sims. I don't know why, I always have. 275, spins all right, 2 yards offline. They're going straight, aren't they?
Yeah.
That was at the top of the hook club. There's that one gone.
Yeah.
So I've only had 2 drives in like, what, 10. It's me trying to kill it as well, don't it? Again, that was out there.
That's a good drive.
Yeah, it was out the toe as well. So for me, one thing I will say is it definitely feels a bit heavier, but maybe that's a good thing for me because I can't swing. I swing as fast as I humanly possibly can. It's actually slowed me down a little bit, innit? But the weight in my driver, I remember because we changed it. It was like, what does it come standard in the Max?
12 grams.
So we changed it from 12 to about 6. So I probably got that bit extra club speed and distance of that. But like I said, it feels heavier. Looking down on it, for me, I think it actually looks nicer with the split carbon. Them fins, a lot of people have talked to me about these, right? Believe me, when you've played one round and hardly missed a fairway, these fins will not matter. Believe me, you couldn't care less about the fins. I forgot they're even there after 2 rounds. It feels solid. It just, I mean, my last driver felt solid, but let's have a look at the numbers.
I'll start with your driver here, and I'm obviously going to just go through all of them. So if we have a look, you're launching it around 12-ish degrees. I'm going to go on some of them where we had the sticker on the club as well. So we start to get your efficiency. 10 degrees. Everything about that is pretty good. In terms of your spin, I personally would like to see you launching it a bit higher, and that's something we saw from the 10K with the same loft. Both of them are 10.5 degree drivers. Spin, that's bang on, anywhere between 2,000, 2,500. That's a really nice window to live in with your spin. Ball speed, around 154, good. Pick on this one again. Launching, like we said, around 12. Spin, that's not a bad place to be at all, and that was a little bit of a miss as well. If we're missing, that's where we want to miss. You're much better there than dropping off. You can't play golf with that low spin. So if we just go through that, your club speed, as you're saying, 110, 111. We had one, I'm going to try and find it, last one there. So you're nearly up at 114 there, and that's something that we want to have a look at compared to the 10K. The other thing I want to highlight is your efficiency. Efficiency, they call it on TrackMan smash factor. Yeah. It's basically what you're putting in versus what you're getting out in kind of loose terms. So if we go to this 10K in comparison, again, let's have a look at your launch. It's anywhere between kind of 10 to 12. Obviously, slight bottom hit, it's going to come out a bit lower. Straight away, club speed has dropped right off, as we said, nearly 10 miles an hour, but you've picked up distance and your launch is slightly up. Now, if we think about one of the best drivers in the world, Rory McIlroy, he launches it high with not a lot of spin. And over the years, that's what it's kind of been figured out. The higher you launch it with less spin, within reason, you're going to hit it further. So if we go, because your club speed's down and you've hit it further, if we go straight across to your efficiency, it's all up to 1.45. Now, the number we're chasing is 1.5. You know, you can get to 1.51. That's really good, but straight away it's got you closer to it. Obviously, that's because you're getting more out of it versus what you've put in. But you're swinging it slower and hitting it further. Like you said, that might help you to control it. That might help to hit more fairways. I'm going to pick on a few more. Again, 283 yards spin in a really good place. Efficiency, slightly up from where you were before, but you're launching it at 13.7. We typically want to see that around 14 degrees. And if we're talking about peak height, a good measure of that. If your peak height is roughly matching your club speed, you're in a good place. So although your ball speed's down, although your club speed's down, you're still hitting it further because this has got your numbers in terms of your launch, you're keeping your spin in a really good place. In terms of your peak height, in slightly in a more optimised place. Your driver, your current driver, is already good, but it's about, can we get any extra? Can we get you hitting more fairways?
Well, they're all in the 80s, aren't they?
Yeah.
You've got 282, 282, 280, 275, 286, 283.
Yeah. And I'm looking at this one again because this is one where you said didn't quite catch. That was that Healy strike you were talking about.
Yeah.
Club speed's starting to get back up again, but look at your ball speed. That's not even middled, and you're still up where you're supposed to be. I mean, look how straight that is. Slight pull, but that you're on the fairway, and you're still further than your good hits with your driver. Although we've got less club speed. Again, launch slightly down. That's what we'd expect from that strike, but your efficiency is up. So it's about that consistency, that average, and ultimately, trying to get better at golf. That's what it comes from. It's not about how good your good ones are. It's about how bad that miss is.
Well, I've learned that over the last year, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's keeping you consistently closer to your top end. That's what we want to see. And a really good example of what we're talking about for you, trying to get it launching a bit high, but keeping that spin in a good place, is this last one you hit. I know you said it was a little bit kind of toe-ish, but you've launched it at 15, spun it at 2300, and it's the longest drive you've hit. So that's kind of what we're chasing. If we can keep you there, which is what that drive has done, it's what it's designed to do, as we talked about, that centre of gravity. It's low, it's further back, so it's going to launch it higher. It's going to spin less as well. That's going to equate to you, as we can see, for more distance. If we can keep you hitting fairways, like you have done with that, there was only one, but 1 in 20 drives isn't really that bad, so that you kind of missed. So if we can keep you hitting fairways, get you slightly more optimised, that's what that drive's done. That's good.
The cheating stick did not disappoint. To be fair, like I said, it's interesting for me because I've used this driver for so long. I didn't think it could get any better. I really didn't. But one thing I've always struggled with a driver is hitting up on it. I can never really get that. My launch is always quite like 11, 12, 10. So to see it at 13, 14 is good. The spin was really good. And yeah, nearly every driver totaled 280 to 285, which is, I'm not losing anything, right? It could very much be going the bag, where it's definitely beat my driver. So at the minute, the Ping beats the G430 Max, which I thought was impossible. We're going to do one more video, okay, and it's going to be out in 2 days' time. We're going to now film the new Ping against the QI10, which was 1,000,000% a good driver. Like, I loved it. The new Cobra, which I haven't hit yet, and the AI Smoke. And then we're going to decide which driver is going in the bag for the year. Will it be the QI10? Will it be this? Will it be the Cobra? I don't know. I'll see you in 2 days' time. But for now, you know this is winning.